the battery life so it endures the test of time. Now, if you're somebody that trades in their smartphone every year, you can just go to basic, or you can actually turn this off. Doesn't matter because you're going to be trading this anyway. But let's say you're not sure where you fall. What you want to do is you want to turn this on, okay, and you want to keep it at adaptive. So basically, adaptive mode activates maximum when you are sleeping, and every other time, if you're charging your phone in daytime, it's just going to do regular charging. It's going to be a balance between max and basic. So that's a battery protection. Make a choice, and you can stick with it, and you can see the results long term. If you don't care, just turn it on. Now, another great feature actually has to do with calling, one of the primary functions of the smartphone. This is a brand new feature, again with One UI 6.1, only available on the S24, at least for now. So for this example, I'm actually making a phone call, and what I'm going to show you is when you are making a phone call, what you can do is you can pull down the notification panel once and then twice. And on the top,
you're up fast. We're about to get evil.
So you can tap on this guy. So what you can choose to do here is you can keep it standard, which is just a usual, or you can do voice shortcut. So the phone is going to attempt to cancel out the background noise and the ambient noise.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Here. That is the brand new
bird spinning. Finish up. We're airborne in 3.
Calls, especially if the other person is complaining.
Word came down. We are green to go. So gear up, grab your shoes. We're going to the war zone.
One of the best ways
you are cleared hot on all threats.
They can hear
Watch your ass down there.
More clearly.
I'll see you on the other side. Battle Royale. Gas is approaching on your position. Move to the safe zone.
Dear Sam, I know you're little now. These memories may become fuzzy, but there are a few things I want you to always remember. I hope that no matter how old you get and how big you grow, you'll always believe in magic. Nothing is too out of reach for you. You're so much. You always keep me curious.
Enemy soldier incoming. Training camp. It's the Gulag, and you're gonna have to fight to earn redeployment.
Travel the world. But always remember where you come from. Never stop being an explorer. Make the impossible possible. Brave and adventurous. Sometimes the best things in life are a little scary. Take the leap. It is worth it. As you get older, life can get a little wild. But remember to always make time to have some fun. And never lose your inner child.
And that's all they wrote. A well-earned redeployment, soldier. Stand by.
Advanced intelligence tap on that, and you get a whole bunch of new features available on Samsung S24. And let's start at the top. Let's go into the phone. Here, you'll notice you have Live Translate. I recommend you enable this, especially if you're the type of person who does a lot of traveling, because now the Samsung Galaxy phone can translate calls into different languages, and I do recommend you turn this on straight away. Even if you don't travel that much, if you ever get a phone call from another country asking you for your bank details, maybe with this on, you'll actually be able to understand what they're saying. But this is also useful for when you're making calls. Just make sure when you scroll down here, look at what languages you want to translate to. I'm going to Germany soon, so I've downloaded the German translation here. So if I make a phone call to anybody who speaks German, the phone will now be able to translate it. And it will also translate my English into
Recon
German.
contract marked.
13 languages are currently supported, and there are more in the works. Tip number 3, we go back into the same menu that we were at before. Go to your Samsung account, scroll down, once again, Advanced Intelligence. This time we're going to go to the Samsung keyboard. This will be switched off by default, so I do recommend
This is all
switching this on.
parkour.
The check translation feature.
So it's over there.
So similar to the voice call translator, this is the chat translator. So if you receive a message in another language, this will work on device to decode that foreign language for you, so you can understand what the hell is going on. Once again, just make sure you get the right languages downloaded.
This intel reveals the location of the next gas grid. Get it to the uplink station marked on your TAC map for decryption before it's too late.
Languages and pretty much any text that you see on your phone. It can also improve your own writing, and all you need to do to get AI to do all of the work for you is hit the little sparkling star icon next to your text. And straight away you get 3 options: chat translation, writing style, spelling and grammar. So if you feel your grammar's not quite right, check that. I'm going to go
You got a
with
loadout
writing
drop
style.
inbound.
Straight away, it reads what I've written and it gives me a bunch of different options of styles to choose from, all of which are probably superior.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
You'll see all of the categories of styles of writing to choose from. I'm going to go with the emoji one. And here I can just tap insert. Tip number 4, going back into the advanced intelligence settings. This time we're going to interpreter. This is very much like Google's translate feature, where you can use your phone to speak to somebody by holding it up near them, and they can hear what you're saying in their language, and then you can hear what they're saying in your language. You just got to make sure this is on, and then here you also have to choose the languages that you want to use for the translator. Now when the time comes and some dodgy street merchant's trying to sell you something and you want to tell them to F off politely, all you need to do is bring down the quick settings here from the top, scroll across to interpreter. That will open the app, and now you can say whatever you want and they'll get the message. Tip number 5. Okay, once again, staying within the same thing.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Samsung account, scroll down, Advanced Intelligence. We're going to skip the Samsung notes because I'm going to be doing an entire video about that.
Whoa.
Let's go to voice recorder. Make sure that this is turned on because this is one of the most powerful features. For anybody who finds it hard to concentrate, or for anybody who wants to sleep during meetings and listen, things like that. And you can download different language packs here as well if you want to or if you need to. Now you need to find the voice recorder. You can find it here in your app drawer. You can literally just type in voice recorder and it'll pop up. You see I've already added it to the home screen right here. And earlier today I did record some voiceover from a channel that I watch quite a lot, The Critical Drinker. And I've got the recording here, it's about 2 minutes long. Now if I hit transcribe and transcribe it into English, the AI on the device will type everything out for me. And if there's more than one speaker, it will separate.
Connection established. I want you to secure that area until the upload completes.
Now this isn't even the best part. The new feature here that you need to know about is the summary. So if we tap summary, you'll see the phone can use this on-device AI to sort out all of this text and turn it into really nicely organized.
The fuck
It's a
is
brilliant
trying
new feature, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be using going forward. Okay, tip number 6. Back into the advanced intelligence options once again. This time we're going to go to Samsung.
Upload secure. Future gas spread coordinates are marked on your TAC map.
What a fucking little bitch that guy is. What a little fucking bitch he was. Wow.
Stars, which is right here at the bottom. Tap that. The first time you use it,
Scavenger contract. Here.
push OK, and then you get the option to translate or summarize. So it's summarized. And within a matter of seconds, there we go. A simplified version of a very complicated
Supply boxes
and it
marked.
even gives you
Secure
the
those
option
locations.
to copy text that you summarize into your own document for reference, of course. And if it's a bit too brief, if you want it to be a bit more detailed, you can actually ask the AI to make it more detailed. You just hit the little icon up here and tap detailed and done. And there you go, it will reassess that page and add a bit more depth to those bullet points. Use this combined with the previous tips that I've showed you, and you may never have to do homework ever again. Okay, now let's move on to something a bit more fun. It is Samsung's all new.
You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
You dive into your photo gallery, and let's say, for example, you take a photo and it's completely off axis. It's all wonky. You can, of course, do the old-fashioned method and straighten the image up like this, but you'll notice when you do that, it crops right in because it doesn't want to leave any empty spaces around the edge. Well, now with the generative AI, it's vastly improved. Check this out. Once again, we're looking for the sparkly button there. Tap that. We can change
One
the
supply
angle.
box
It is
down.
limited
2 remain.
to 15 degrees at this point in time. Maybe they'll improve that later on. But you can see now we have empty spaces around the image. If I hit generate.
You've always wanted to be part of something bigger than yourself. You live for experience and lead by example. You want the most out of life and realize what you're looking for.
Gas is moving.
Already in you. This is for you, the Canadian Armed Forces. A message from the Government of Canada.
Hey, Matt. We can play a board game if you wanted to join us. I love you.
Cat getting too
2 supply boxes secured. 1 remaining.
And there we go. We have an AI enhanced image. That was the original. This is the new one, and it looks seamless. And if for some reason you don't see the option for generative edit, here's how you can access it. Just jump into your photo gallery, go to the little pen button at the bottom here. That's your editor. Go to the settings here, and then you'll see the top with generative edit. Just make sure this is switched on.
Contract complete. All supply boxes secured.
Now let me show you a video trick. Open up any video within your video gallery shot from your Samsung device.
You have a buy station inbound.
But at least I think she's not. Even that one level.
This is complete.
Check this out. When you push play, at any point, if you hold your finger down, it uses AI.
Deployable buy stations ready.
The footage and slow it right down. Now this is a really good way to see if footage will look in slow-mo. If you do like how it looks, you can actually make a permanent change to that video footage by hitting the pen button at the bottom of the screen. And you'll see you'll be able to drag these little sliders here to certain parts where you want to slow down. 2x speed if you want. Okay, here's a bonus tip for you guys. Did you know that with Samsung Galaxy devices, you can actually film with the rear cameras and the selfie cameras at the same time? So if you're filming a reaction to something for TikTok or something like that, you're going to love this feature. Here's how you can use it. If you scroll across at the bottom of the camera app, you'll see more. And at the end here, you'll see plus. So you can actually add it as a shortcut down here. Just hit the plus and then select dual record. And now with dual record enabled, you can see I've got the rear camera and the selfie camera active at the same time. And actually we can change the layout a bit as well if we want to. This could be a great tool for inspiring creators. Okay, here's another quick tip. It's going to help you with your homework and just research and searching.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Website like this one right here. Just put a bad
Flyby.
And let's say you see
Heads
something
up,
that
buy
catches
stations
your eye.
are
You want to
inbound.
know what it is. Well, now you can hold your finger down on the home button here, or where the little bar is if you're using gestures, and this activates the search. I'm going to search the Sony speaker here, and straight away you can see I found that Sony speaker and probably even links to buy it and other reviews of that speaker. But if you do want a review of that speaker, check out this one. And if you're one of the people that used to
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Either side will open your AI or Google Assistant to be more precise. And here's a little bonus tip. If you're not a fan of the 3-button layout at the bottom of the screen and you prefer gestures, you can change that very easily. It's kind of hidden actually. Here's how you find it. Just scroll down.
You've got gas moving in.
Settings menu. Scroll all the way down.
There's a bounty on your head. Eliminate enemies and secure supply caches to get rid of it.
I personally find it better. It's just less distracting on the screen, in my opinion. And same thing applies Now, something that's important that you need to know about this advanced intelligence, some of it works on device, some of it works in the cloud, and some of it will work on device without the cloud, but won't be quite as good. Now, if you're the type of person who's worried about privacy and security, head back to the advanced intelligence menu here, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see an option here, process data only on the device, which means nothing's going to be processed in the cloud. So this is entirely up to you. If you're worried about this kind of thing, AI taking over the world, switching this on, probably like doing your part to the war.
You can beat this app too with endless TV shows, movies, and more.
If you're a student here, you're creating your own artwork, okay, but I like your style. Anyway, now let's get your lock screen locked down and style to match your background, personality. Do this for your home screen, style at the bottom. Here you have the home screen, and automatically highlight areas of the lock screen customize however you want. For example, if I tap the clock straight away, I get a bunch of different options, clock styles and fonts here across the top. And you can either resize the clock, make it massive if you want to, or make it really small. It's entirely up to you, and you can move it around a little bit as well. Now, just below the clock, you have a space for widgets. Here, you can see
Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
Kind of different if I wanted to. And just below that, we
You made it top 25, well done.
Tap that. You can switch it to detail if you want a bit more information there on your lock screen. Do keep in mind that might give
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
And you will notice there is a slider here. It's set to 60% by default. That's how much of a background the notifications have. I actually like the solid black here with notifications. It kind of makes it stand out a little more on the background. And also when you're customizing the clock, you see the option to adjust the color as well. The white works really well here. Contrast nicely. And at the bottom of the screen, there is something very important.
Gas is closing in.
Because if you use your phone and someone finds it and they're actually advising contact information here, they might just let you know if they found it. Let's go to total customization suite. Are the shortcuts that are so by default, however, maybe voice recorder or something that you would find useful. Don't make any changes yet because I am going to show you guys how to customize this, and you might want to switch this to something else instead of that. Wait for that one, I'm going to change this one. Alright, so hopefully now you've got a bit of a taste for customization of your Galaxy device. Now let's set the tone for your own user experience here. Pinch the home screen, go to wallpaper and style. This time instead of changing
They hit us hard that time. Let's see if we get back up there, yep.
Now you can use the suggested colors here, and if any of these stand out, it's something that you like, but of course just use these. I do like the look of this one. But check this out, there's also basic colors. So you've got solid colors that you can use if you prefer, if you want to keep things a bit more simple. And if you scroll across, you do have two-tone options as well. I particularly like this blue and purple combination here. It goes well with the background that I'm using right now. And once you've found a color palette that you like, if you want to, you can apply a theme to your icons as well by clicking this box here at the bottom. And there we go, we've got a color scheme in there.
There's a table.
Here like this, as opposed to the colors. Right, let's get a couple more of the basic customization options out of the way, and then we can dive into some of the more well-hidden stuff on your Galaxy. So your Samsung Galaxy phone, whether it's the regular S24 or the Plus or this, the Ultra, all of them have massive screens. So you might as well make the most of them. And by default, you'll have rows of 4 instead of 5, which make the icons massive, which isn't really that necessary. So if you want to have more apps on each page, do this. pinch the home screen, go to your settings. Here you'll see the option to adjust the home screen grid, the app screen grid, and the folder grid. I've gone 5x6, 5x6, and 4x4 for the folders. So this takes effect on all pages and also the app tray. And while we're talking about the app drawer, here's another little bonus tip. By default, it will just be a mess. You can see nothing's in alphabetical order. We've got a bunch of different pages here of sort of categorized apps, which can work for some people, but for me personally, I always do this. Hit 3 dots in the top right corner here, go to sort, and put it into alphabetical order. It's just so...
Without malicious websites, without malware-ridden files. Zen, your data more secure, your connection protected. Be more cyber Zen. Get your VPN. Enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily.
Much easier to find things quickly. So one of the best things about Samsung's One UI is the ability to have stacked widgets. So right now you can see I've got the clock here on top. But behind that clock, I've also got the weather. And see the search bar here, which every Android probably has. Behind that, I've got my music player. I've also got Spotify for listening to some podcasts, and I've got my VPN. Creating a widget stack is very easy to do, but the best way to do it, in my opinion, is add a widget to your home screen like this one that I have up here. Hold your finger down on it, and then you'll have the option to create a stack. You can scroll to your widgets and then try and drag them on top of each other, but if they're not the same size, it won't let you do it until you resize them first. That's why this is the better way. So if you go to create stack, it'll give you the options for widgets that can be stacked on that existing widget. For example, go to battery. If I tap that, I can add battery level. If you hold your finger down and hit edit, you can hit the plus button and add another one. And when you're on this page, something that's very important to do, in my opinion, is to switch off the auto rotate. Otherwise, from time to time, when you open up your phone, you'll find that the widgets have moved on their own. Okay, this one is very important, and I think a lot of people will probably never do this unless they see this video. Bring down your notification shade and your quick controls. Hit the pen at the top. Now you have the option to edit the quick settings. So you can edit the top row, which are the most used ones, which you'll see on the first swipe down. You can minus any of these off and drag any of these at the bottom up onto that top row. These ones are pretty good though. I rarely ever switch off the auto rotate, so I could get rid of that one if I wanted to, and maybe add something that would be more useful, like Wi-Fi calling. Now, Wi-Fi calling is an interesting setting. It's not available on all network providers. It is available for me, and the signal at my house is not very good, so that's something I will use quite often. The next step is to edit the full quick settings menu. Once again, you want to go through these windows here at the top, see if there's anything that you're never going to use. And once again, there's a bunch of available buttons that you can add up here in this empty space, and you can even reorganize this entirely if you wanted to. There's a couple of things that I would recommend adding. Secure Wi-Fi is one of them. Performance profile is very good if you're a gamer. Dolby Atmos is definitely something you want to add. And now once you're happy with the organization and the buttons that you've chosen, you can hit done at the bottom of the page. And now you're slightly more organized when it comes to performing quick tasks using the quick settings. Now there's just one problem with the notification shade. You do have to swipe down twice.
I don't know, man. That sounds like a lot of work.
And if you want to change this, you can. All you need to do is expand your quick panel here, hit the pen, and you'll see an option here for quick settings instant access. With this on, this enables the top right corner of the screen, and you can swipe down here, and that will expand the entire settings menu, as opposed to just that top row. It just saves time, and as you know, nobody will give you a time back. Okay, here's a quick security bonus tip for you guys. And did you know that Samsung Galaxy devices have their own VPN native to One UI? The easy way to set this up is to bring down your quick panels, hit the little pen here, and edit, and then you can add secure Wi-Fi. If it's not here already, it will be somewhere down here. You can drag it up to the top. Once you've added this to your quick panel, you'll be able to access it very quickly at any time, whenever you need it, right here. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the device is connected to the internet through secure Wi-Fi. Now, something that's great about the secure Wi-Fi feature is it can be very useful in a pinch, but there are limitations to the amount of data you can use for free. So it's important you know where the setting is. So scroll down to your security and privacy. On this page, scroll down again, some more security settings, and at the top you'll see the option to subscribe. So if you want more data or unlimited data, you can do that. It will cost you a little bit. And if you do have a plan with more data, you can enable the auto protect Wi-Fi if you want. That'll just keep you safe on any unknown Wi-Fi networks. All right, now let me show you a new setting.
Whoa.
Go into your settings menu, unknown Wi-Fi networks. All right, now let me show you a new setting in regards to the display. So if you go into your settings menu, go to display, scroll down, and you'll see this option here, adaptive color tone. This adjusts the color and the white balance of the screen based on the lighting condition that you find yourself in. With this enabled, what you might find is the phone starts to turn a bit more warm in certain lighting conditions. In a bright condition like this, you can see it's made the screen very dark based off of the amount of light the camera sensors on the device are picking up. And it could also be better for your eyes. Little bonus tip here, if you're worried about your eyesight, you could enable the eye comfort shift.
Architecture tells the story of those that came before us. I can get an understanding of how people lived, what people felt was important, the time that they were in, and that's why I love to travel to different places. To say San Antonio is unique is an understatement. It literally takes your breath away. My partner and I were designing our new home, and we decided to go to San Antonio because we really wanted to create something beyond what we would be able to find in our everyday surroundings in Britain. Therefore, going somewhere like San Antonio, where we've got Mexican influences, Texan influences, Spanish influences, we really felt as though it would be a place where we could really capture a lot of ideas and capture a great deal of inspiration. If you go along the Riverwalk, you literally look to the left, you look to the right, there's so much detail. There's not just restaurants and shops, although there are, but there's also architectural pieces, there's statues, things that really bring the area alive. Arriving at the historic Market Square, you immediately notice all of the colors and the culture of Mexico coming through. There were bursts of flavors, so many different spices. Seeing the iconic shape of the Alamo, I knew I was in a place of history. The mission provided another moment of stepping back in time. We all learn so much from understanding, from being around one another's cultures. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because for me, that's where growth happens. And I think we definitely got that with San Antonio. It's such a colourful place with such beauty, beautiful architecture, beautiful landscapes, and beautiful people, and such a rich culture. All of these sites gave me one of the most inspiring experiences of my life, and I can't wait to get started designing my new home.
Microsoft Tech for Social Impact is committed to making world-class cloud technology accessible and affordable, so nonprofits can drive even greater impact. Through our technology grants, eligible nonprofits can get Microsoft 365 Business Premium free. That means best-in-class productivity of your favorite Office 365 apps, like Excel and Outlook, plus Teams, with simple device management and security. Get started at Microsoft.com/nonprofits.
As well. Okay, remember earlier on when I said don't change this until you see the side key options? Well, now it's the side key options. So we're going to go into the settings here, go to advanced features. Here we're going to look for side button. And by default, you'll notice a double push of the button quick launches the camera, and a push and hold wakes Bixby. Now, something I'll say about Bixby is it has improved quite a bit these days, and it's very useful if you have other Samsung devices as well. So if you're in the ecosystem, you might want to leave that as Bixby. I personally prefer the power menu with the push and hold of the power key. This is entirely up to you, but what I wanted to show you here is the double push option. So I really like Google Wallet. You do have Samsung Wallet here as well if you want. I used to have the wallet on the lock screen and then the camera as the double push, but even with the wallet on the lock screen, you still have to put your fingerprint in, so it really didn't make sense. So that's why I have this now as the wallet, and I keep the camera icon at the bottom right corner of the lock screen. It just works better that way in my opinion. So I don't know if you know this or not, but the Samsung Galaxy S24 series has 7 years of software updates from Google and from Samsung. The question is, will the battery on this device still be good after 7 years? Well, that's something we'll find out in the long run. But one thing's for sure, if you're constantly charging your battery at full speed and to 100% all of the time, and even leaving it plugged in overnight, things like that could wreck the battery on your phone. Unless you do this. Go to your settings, go to battery, and here you'll see battery protection, but don't switch it on yet. Tap on that. Switch it on here, and then you have the option for adaptive and maximum. Maximum will limit the battery to 80%, which I don't advise, but the adaptive setting is perfect for anybody who charges their phone overnight. The phone will use its learning AI algorithms to figure out when you normally go to bed, and it will adjust the charging speeds based on that. Alright, here's a quick user upgrade to make on day one. It's the edge panel, so just swipe out the edge panel. Very briefly, the settings will pop up here, and it will disappear. So when you swipe it out, make sure you tap the settings button very quickly, and here you can add more edge panels. The ones that I think are the most useful are the clipboard and Smart Select. And also, if you're an explorer, the compass tool is pretty good too. Now when you swipe out your edge panel, you'll have more panels to play with. And the reason I said Smart Select is because this allows you to grab parts of the screen and even create GIFs, and it works fantastically well with the S Pen too. Now let's talk about the sound quality on the device. Remember how I said to add Dolby Atmos to the
Can you send this?
Well, when you enable this,
Who do you want a message?
significantly improves the audio on the device, in my opinion. And if at any point you don't like how it's sounding when you're listening to a podcast or something, let's say, you have quick access to switch it off here at any point in time. Okay, so now you know how to make your phone sound better, but how about we make it look a little bit better? And this may vary on different versions of the S24. You go into your settings, go to display, scroll down, and what you'll notice is the screen resolution is set to Full HD+. However, this screen is much better than that. It can go all the way up to QHD+. Here's what you've got to take into consideration. If you leave it on Full HD+, the screen's going to be more power efficient. If you put it on QHD+, it's going to look better, but it's going to drain a bit more juice. So what are you going to do? You're going to choose the blue pill, stay in Full HD+, or you're going to choose the red pill and see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Okay, folks, gather around. If you want accurate AI pre-built for CX, then you need it ready from day one for the challenges your business faces. When generic AI is used for CX, a lot can go wrong because it isn't purpose-built with the right data for your brand.
Don't look at me, I'm an English major.
Win the CX AI race with Nice and Light. The most accurate, trusted, and complete AI built for CX on one unified cloud platform. It drives growth and protects your brand.
Get ahead of the curve with Nice and Light. CX AI now.
Henry? Anyone?
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, laughingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
Alright, so that's a lot of the UI cleaned up. and customized. Now it's time to dive a little deeper into the secrets and hidden features on the device that I think you need to know. First up, we dive back into the settings. Scroll down to security and privacy. The phone will automatically check if there are any threats or things you need to look at, and you can see straight away the app security is flagging a suggestion. Tap on that, you'll now have the option to turn on app protection. This is a service that's provided by McAfee. What it does is it will scan every app that you install on the device for viruses. So if you're the type of person who sideloads apps off of the Google Play Store so they don't have the Google Play Protect stamp on them, you probably should turn this on day one. Now, I have mentioned this before in other videos. This is available in certain regions, and some other regions it's not, unfortunately. But if you do have this and you have the option to switch it on, you might as well switch it on. Okay, here's another bonus tip. Thank you guys for sticking around. Bring down the quick panel, hit the pen at the top, go to edit. Across the bottom here, look for secure folder and find a space to place it within the quick settings. Secure folder is a fantastic tool to use if you've got sensitive documents on your device, because if you set this up, you can place those documents in this folder and it will have its own unique passcode. And the reason I told you to add it to the quick panels is because this makes it much easier to use without having to dive into the settings every single time. When you enable this, for the first time, it will walk you through how to set it up. It will prompt you to create a password, and then you can manually add things into this folder from your device. So like Gandalf the Wizard said, keep it secret. Keep it secret. So you've spent a lot of money on your Samsung Galaxy, and I think you probably care about it. So now let's look at device care. Jump into the settings once again, scroll all the way down so you see device care, and it will suggest the fixes if there are any problems here. But what I want to show you is this. If you scroll down, you'll see auto optimization. Now, this is a great way to just refresh your device from time to time when you're not using it. So if you enable auto restart, if the device feels like it needs to refresh all of its memory and reboot with a clean slate, it will do it automatically, but only when you're not using the device. And if you really want to, and you know at a specific point in time every day you're not going to be using your phone, you can actually set a schedule for this to do it on your watch. It's entirely up to you, but restart when needed is a good setting to enable. This will just help to keep your phone running at peak performance every single time you use it. All right, here's another safety and privacy tip. It's something that I think is important to switch on straight away on day one. So go to your settings, scroll down to security and privacy, again, scroll down again, and you'll see auto blocker. This will block apps from installing on your device from unauthorized sources. So that could be from websites or from third-party app stores. But more importantly, you can also detect if someone's trying to hack into your phone using a USB-C cable, and some USB-C cables themselves actually hold viruses. So this will protect you from that. And I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but the threat is real. So switch on the auto block. Now, have you ever watched a video like this before and someone said, here's how to make your phone faster, and then they go into the developer settings, which has a bunch of stuff that looks like it could be dangerous, and you're worried about possibly messing everything up to the point where it's FUBAR.
Y'all got that right.
If you don't know what that means, and you don't like bad language, you probably shouldn't Google that. There's now a much easier way to speed up the phone without going into developer settings. Here's how you do it. Go to the settings, go to accessibility,
Hardpoint.
go to vision,
Secure the target area.
and here is a safe way to reduce the animation times on your screen. And with this enabled, everything will
We've taken the lead.
a little bit snappier than it was before.
Wow.
It's not something I recommend. Go into the settings on your phone, go to About Phone at the bottom, go to
Enemy
the software,
inside the perimeter.
and where you see build number, you want to tap that 7 times, and then you'll be prompted to enter your PIN number. And you'll get a message at the bottom of the screen here saying developer options have been
Hardpoint
activated.
compromised.
Now you'll
Secure
notice
the
when you're
area.
on the main settings page at the bottom of the screen, developer options, way to minimize
Hardpoint, stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Transition, animation scale, and animation duration. You can change the durations of these needs to be any of the speech you see here on the screen.
Go to the next hard point.
Updated. Move to the hard point. 0.5 is the better option. Okay, let me show you how to unlock a hidden app within the device. It's not in the app drawer by default. You open your photo gallery. Hard point compromised. Secure the area. This, go to Studio, tap that, and straight away you'll have the option to add this as an app to your home screen. This is a video editor for videos or pretty much any video. It works very similarly to how the Instagram editor
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Music, you can add stickers.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Cool. And the rest of the back back to that project later on.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
To your home screen. The other way you can do it is actually search for it here by typing in
enemies
studio.
Inside the perimeter.
And you should see it at the top. Hold your finger on that, and then you'll be able to add that to your home screen. Okay, as much as I like to down my own wallpaper, if you guys like this wallpaper, let me know in the comments. It is the Wolverine, and check this out. This is what I wanted to show you and why I changed the wallpaper. When you use one of your own images, which includes the AI art images, you do get the option to use a new experimental feature. So you scroll down within the settings, go to advanced features, go to tabs.
Secure the area.
So this is an ambient wallpaper. It will add effects on top of your background based off of the time and the weather where you are. This is my wallpaper is going to be raining 1975. But if it does snow,
confirming next hard point. Stand by.
And as you can see right now, nothing is happening. It's not raining, it's not snowing, it's just very cold. But I fully expect there to be some kind of animation on top of this wallpaper.
Target area updated. Move to the hard point.
Test it out yourself. But I'm using static wallpaper, not one of the Samsung animated wallpapers, which the phone defaults to. I will say these are actually very nice. One app here is not that can upscale and improve all of your photos on your device, and you can't get it through the Google Play Store. You can only get it through the Samsung Galaxy Store. It's called Galaxy Enhance X.
Do this first.
Hit the local bar after the game. You gotta snap a pig. Oh! Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Can he rebound from this? It's on the clock. Now that's a game phase. Google Pixel 8.
Build hair, Rise, report player. Rise with Rise Visa card and get 2,500 bonus points annually when you pay your season each month. 2,500 bonus points in your first year.
Secure the lead. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Exclusively used Samsung phones since the Galaxy S3, and someone who shared literally hundreds of hidden features on Samsung phones for nearly 10 years. The Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, or S24 Ultra. And as always, there are time codes below so you can skip around the video to find the features you care most about. The first thing you should do is add MagSafe functionality to your S24 with an S Pen compatible MagSafe ring. This can attach directly to the back of your phone or to the back of any flat back case. And once attached, you can connect any MagSafe accessory like a MagSafe ring, MagSafe kickstand charging pucks, MagSafe wallets, MagSafe car mounts, and more. These particular rings
target area updated.
I'm recommending their before they became a channel partner, so this was an easy partnership.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
MagSafe rings. Star also sells a couple MagSafe
inside the perimeter.
There he is.
At varying degrees. Angle for
the enemy has taken the lead.
If you prefer to show off the color of your phone, the ESR hybrid case would be a better buy. Both of these cases have super tactile buttons,
secure the
a
area.
good-sized front lip to protect from face-down drops, as well as a deep bridge to protect the cameras. And if you want to inside the perimeter, that too. This is something I wish I put on my Ultra because it got a small crack on the cameras, and I didn't see it. And we went to a water park.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Dead. So I think I'm going to start using these. Unfortunately, these two MagSafe cases do interfere with the S24 Ultra's S Pen, causing the S Pen accuracy to get a bit wonky when it's near the magnetic ring.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
And once ESR releases an updated version of these cases that are S Pen compatible, I'll let you know.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Oh.
To get that MagSafe compatibility, I'll also include full S Pen functionality. And I'll leave a 10% discount code and links to all of these products, as well as some great MagSafe accessories in the description and pinned comment below if you're
enemies inside the perimeter.
Now that protected, it's time to make sure that you've transferred all of your data from your old phone, including things like messages, your home screen layout, Wi-Fi passwords, apps, and everything else. To do that, is to swipe up to go to your applications, then tap the bar and type the word. Then you'll see this option here called Smart Switch. Go ahead and tap that application. This should be installed by default.
Confirming next hard point. Stand by.
Receive data, then follow the prompts. And if you need help with this, I already have a super deep dive guide on this that'll show you.
Oh wow!
Data from an iPhone,
The Walking Dead guy.
Non-Samsung Android phone.
Wow, he's great. What a fox.
Available when you get your S24. I'll have that video linked in the description and in the comments if you're interested. I'm familiar with the incredibly powerful noise reduction tool that's available anytime you're on a phone call. This is only available on the S24 series. So I pulled the notification shade down twice on both the mic mode option at the top. Right now I have it set to but by default it comes on standard. To show you how much of a difference this makes, I'm going to go ahead and record the audio on my Galaxy S23 Ultra, and you'll be able to hear how much noise gets canceled out. And to make this challenging, I'm going to add some pretty loud vacuum cleaner sounds. I'm going to leave this on standard right now. The audio sounds like without the vacuum cleaner on.
Hardpoint
turn it on.
Stand by.
That's super loud. And I'm not even sure if the audio is being picked up on the other phone.
Secure the area.
Now I'm going to pull the notification shade down again and switch to voice focus. And here's what that
hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
It gets rid of a ton of the vacuum noise. But you'll also notice that my voice isn't quite as clear as it was before. So you should only turn this on if people are having a hard time hearing you on the other side. Next, you want to lock your favorite apps so they never do that. First, then go to your Race application. Tap the app icon, then tap the open. This will put the icon here, and once that's there, you won't be able to close this application. And while we're here, I do want to point out that Best Buy has an incredible deal right now on the S24 series. So if you haven't picked up your S24 yet, definitely check out these deals in the description.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Back to the recent applications, you can lock up to 3 applications. If you lock up 4th application, you just get a great
confirming
box.
next hard point.
If you ever want to unlock an application, just tap the lock icon and unlock. Protecting your phone from physical damage with a case was a great start, but you're also going to want to protect your phone.
Secure the area.
To do that, go ahead and swipe down your notification shade and tap the settings here in the upper right corner. Then you're going to want to scroll down until you get to security and privacy. Go ahead and tap that. From here, you'll want to select lost device protection, then allow the phone to be found. And if location,
oh fuck, they're all there.
Once this is enabled, you'll be able to go to the Samsung Find website on a different device. Samsung Find is up and running.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
In the meantime, once you go to this site and sign in with your Samsung account, you'll be able to see exactly where your S24 Ultra is, or you can bring it, remotely lock it, track its location in real time, and even do things like remotely erase data if it was stolen. So this is an extremely able to make and by the way,
hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
All you have to do is go to settings, pull down to accounts and backup, tap
get to the next hard point.
Add account, then tap Samsung account. Then just go through the setup process.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
You also need to protect it from digital steps. To do this, go to settings,
inside the perimeter.
Then we're going to tap app security, tap app protection, and tap turn on. What this will do is scan your phone periodically for viruses so you don't have any. Now let's look at some performance improvements that will turn off your phone instantly.
Okay,
and
friendly cruise missile deployed.
Don't worry. She switched to TD Insurance and saved 28% on her home insurance.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Saving money
really?
This easy.
Go to the next hard point.
Target area updated. The enemies inside the perimeter. No hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The mission is complete. Good work.
Then enter your password to confirm, and this will unlock the hidden developer options menu. So if we go back to the main settings page, then scroll all the way to the bottom, you see the new developer options menu. If you scroll about 2/3 of the way down this page, you'll see these 3 different animation scales. If you tap one, you can reduce the animation scale to just half the speed, or completely turn off these types of animations. Window animation scale is for pop-up windows, like this one here. Transition animation scale is for transitioning between different windows, like going back or forward into different applications. And animator duration scale is for when you're going in and out of applications. And here's a quick comparison between the 1x speed and the 0.5x speed for reference. And if you want things to be super fast, you can just completely turn the animations off. And here's a quick bonus tip. If you want to quickly switch between your 2 most recent applications, just double tap the recent apps button and it'll jump back and forth between them. Now let's make it faster to unlock your phone. We're going to leave developer options, then scroll back up a bit until we get to security and privacy, then we'll tap biometrics and tap fingerprints. Instead of just registering your fingerprint once, you should actually register your most frequently used finger twice. What this does is give your phone more data on exactly what your fingerprint looks like, giving you a much higher chance of unlocking the phone the first try. While you're scanning, it's also a good idea to use different sides of your finger to make sure the entirety of your finger is scanned. And if you've already done 2 scans of the same finger, but you still want 3 other fingers to be scanned, like maybe your other thumb and both your index fingers, you can actually scan 2 fingers to the same fingerprint. So if I long press fingerprint 4 and remove it, I can add a new fingerprint